What's up and welcome back to another video. Today, Borderlands 2 celebrates its 11-year anniversary, meaning that today we are going to look back on Borderlands 2 11 years later. And to even say that out loud is crazy, unbelievable, and in a way, scary. I'm 20 years old, so today, with my favorite game of all time turning 11 years old, it made me realize this game has been in my life now longer than it hasn't. September 18th, 2012. A day a lot of us probably didn't think anything of at the time, myself included. While I had played Borderlands 1, I didn't have access to the internet until 2013. And actually just a couple days ago, I did a video on my first ever Borderlands experience. It was about the time I rented Borderlands 1. I will leave that in the link in the description if you guys want to hear that story. But like I said, I didn't have internet at the time of Borderlands 2's release. But that day, honestly, I think celebrating it every year should be like Christmas for us Borderlands fans. And man, if I didn't make content on it or wasn't in tune with the franchise, let's just say one of my good friends came over today and told me that Borderlands 2 is 11 years old, I'd say shut the hell up. Because when I pop in Borderlands 2, it doesn't feel anywhere near a decade old. I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to it or just the overwhelming love I have for this game. But ever since I first started playing BL2, there hasn't been a year between 2012 and 2023 where I didn't go back to this game. And I'm saying with everything that's released between now and then, whether it was GTA 5, Fortnite, the fucking 10 Call of Duty games we saw released between now and then, Borderlands 2 remained the constant. And I think it's a true testament to how well the game really does hold up even after all these years. Because I know I'm not the only one who continues to go back and play this game, no matter how much time has passed. Over the years, the game built what some may call a cult-like following. While not entirely wrong, I see the Borderlands fans and community as more than that. Because of all the moments I've connected to complete strangers I met over the internet playing this game. Not only that, but the genuine connections that I've made through this game is absolutely unbelievable. And it's unique to Borderlands 2 because that's the first game in the franchise where you really started to see like different content creators coming together. People online in Xbox parties actually just matching with random people in lobbies and playing with them, talking to them, interacting with each other. I'm not just talking about in the content creator space or the, general Borderlands community, whatever you want to call it. But so many people have been impacted and connected and bonded through this game. While I can't speak on the early days of Borderlands 1 as I was just way too young and like I said before, I didn't have any internet at the time, I don't know that the community was quite as strong as it became in Borderlands 2, and I can say that with 99% certainty, just from everybody I've heard talk about it who was around for those times. Sure, the game had a cult-like following, just like Borderlands 2 does now, but it was nowhere near the size that Borderlands 2 would grow to. I also need to mention that Borderlands 2's boom wouldn't have been possible without YouTube and Yodaslaya and other big creators blowing up during the peak of the game. You can't even compare the Borderlands 3 era and community to what this game has done, man. And even if you're a fan of that game, which there's nothing wrong with that, when it comes to 2, the amount of memories I've already had, the knowledge that I've gained, and knowledge that I've yet to gain, and memories that I've yet to experience. The friends that I've met along the way, and the friends that I've yet to meet. The community that built it, and the community that will be able to continue to push Borderlands 2. No matter what, even if the player base doesn't ever change, there's one thing that's for certain. While Gearbox may give up on us, and some of us may give up on them or have already given up on them, we won't ever give up on Borderlands 2. And that's just a couple of the reasons why I love this damn game. So today, for the 11-year anniversary, I just wanted to talk about the game and where it's been and where it's at currently. I recently did a video discussing if you think Borderlands 2 will survive the next 10 years. And the reason why I did that was because I knew the anniversary was around the corner, and I also just thought it was a really interesting question that no one was really touching on. And with each passing year, the game ages just a little bit worse for some. While I still think it holds up, not everyone does. Which is exactly why that was a good question, and if you are at all interested, I will leave a link in the description to that discussion video as well. But regardless of if you think the game will live another 10, 11 years, the impact it's already had and the run it's been through has been nothing short of legendary. And man, I'm just happy I grew up in this era. because I don't think it would be the same if Borderlands 2 came out today. Now don't get me wrong, a BL2 remaster would be a different story, but launch day BL2, that wouldn't be the same, as the game is much better now after all the fixes, patches, and DLCs, of course. Man, Borderlands 2 DLCs, don't even get me rambling on that. Now with that being said, how is Borderlands 2 doing right now? Well, it's doing just fine for a game of the age that it is, and anywhere from around 4,000 to 5,000 players still hop online each day just on Steam alone. And I can only imagine how many are out there on console. Figuring, there's a solid 9 console versions out there. Not only is Borderlands spread over multiple console generations, but it's also beloved by gamers of all ages. Needless to say, I think Borderlands 2 is doing just fine currently. It's universally beloved by longtime fans for being endlessly replayable with the randomized elements to keep the gameplay fresh. The beautiful and unique look of the art style, the diverse but lovable and hateable characters. I just gotta stop myself there, because if I kept going on, we'd be here for an hour and a half. But when I first found out that you could re-kill or farm, as we know it today, different bosses and enemies for unique weapons and items, I was immediately drawn to the randomized component of the game. And the idea of if you try hard enough or get lucky enough, you will eventually get what you're looking for. Unlike today's society where the children and teens, the future of this world, mind you, are being built on shortened attention spans. Which is another reason why I think Borderlands 2, if released today, wouldn't be as successful as it has been in the generation it was released in. But I'm not trying to take anything away from Borderlands 2. I just don't think that today's world would have appreciated it as much as we did back then, and as we do now in hindsight. Gotta also keep in mind, it's not like Borderlands 2 didn't have any competition. Games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, and so many others were popping off during that era. Yet through all the hurdles and hoops that it had to go through, Borderlands 2 still proved that it could hold its own against even the biggest AAA releases at the time. Even now, today, in 2023, I'd rather play this game again for the 738th time than I would spend $70 on a new game, beat it once, and go, There's something about it. Every time I load it up and get back to Pandora, it just feels special. It's almost like a second home. No matter what was going on in real life, I could come here, try and fight Terramorphous for a hide, or attempt to get Vermi to spawn with some buddies while talking at a party. This game, without me even realizing it at the time, helped me through a lot in my childhood. While I met and made a lot of friends at school, I felt a lot of us started to really bond over this game. The obsession with grinding out levels and experience and getting new guns, seeing who could hit max level first, doing co-op playthroughs and just dicking off. All what could be viewed as completely meaningless was special to me. And not just me either, but all of you. If you watched this far into today's video, seeing Borderlands 2 become this old was important to you just like it was me. That's why I wanted to sit down and just share some of my love for this all-time classic. I have a lot to owe to Borderlands 2, and you for listening to today's video. Happy birthday, BL2. Hellfire loves you. And that's really all I've got for you guys today. I hope y'all did enjoy today's video. If you did, please smash a like on it. It helps with the algorithm here on YouTube. And subscribe if you guys are new. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Borderlands 2 becoming 11 years old. Yes, I know, it doesn't feel like it should be that old. But yeah, man, time is fucking moving. And it's moving way faster than I ever would have imagined when I was a little kid. When you're a kid, you always imagine growing up to be 20 being this awesome thing. Like, oh, I really want to be, an 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid. But man, would I kill to go back. At the same time, I'm very grateful for the position that I'm in and grateful for the life that I've already lived up to this point. And I think we should all just be grateful and happy that we've been able to see Borderlands 2 live out a beautiful life for a video game. Not many games have fans like us, man. And unfortunately, you never see games coming out like this anymore. While I'm optimistic for Borderlands 4, I'm just happy that we'll still always have Borderlands 2. But yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I love y'all to death. Please drop a comment below on your thoughts on this game becoming 11 years old. And if you don't have much to say, just drop a little birthday cake emoji if you're on mobile. Say happy birthday if you're on PC. This game needs some love, man, and I want to see it all in the comments below today. Always remember to be kind to those that are close to you. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.